Why am I launching a YouTube channel? Well, there's quite a few reasons, and I think one huge reason I'll have to get to at the end because it's probably a little bit emotional, and I want to save that to the end so I don't break down and lose it at the beginning. I actually started this YouTube channel years and years ago, but I never put a video out on it. I think I am a perfectionist by nature, so I wanted to know what I'm doing, have the setup, have the space, have the gear, research it, how to edit, how to do all this stuff, and then what am I going to talk about? How am I going to talk about it? Basically, I did what probably so many others do is overthink it. So now I'm just going all in, even though I don't have the setup, I don't have everything lined up. But I want to talk about why I'm doing this because I think it's really important. And I'm really speaking to my children, my wife, the people closest to me, because that's who I want to ultimately impact. But I do hope to learn from this. I hope that people do comment, and I hope that it can reach out to some people. I'm not looking to be a huge YouTube star because, frankly, I don't have time for that. And I think that's a silly reason to start to do anything. But I do hope to reach people so that at least there's interaction, a community, comments, so that I can learn myself. I'm also a very creative person, so I see this as a possible creative outlet. I'm a landscape architect and designer, um, is my field. I work for a landscape contractor that is a landscape architecture firm, a contracting company, and a landscape maintenance company, specializing in kind of high end residential work. And we truly make an impact in people's lives in a very meaningful way. So that's what I am drawn to, and that's what I want to do here if I can. Um, I also want to have fun with this, and I'm very curious about this. So I want to just see how I grow and see how I evolve. But I want to get to the ultimate reason. I want to get to the number one driving force behind me doing this. And it might be a little bit grim or dark to start with, but it's not really meant to be that way. So I've always had this worry in the back of my mind that something will happen to me and I'm gone and my kids won't be able to hear my voice, see my face. In time, they might start to forget. I won't be able to advise them and help them and pass on things that I've experienced and things that I know beyond what I've already done. But I think much of what I've already shared, sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. So I have two incredible kids. I've got a son Oliver who is 18 and he's away at his freshman year in college, and I have a daughter Sophia who is 16, who is a sophomore in high school and doing all things fun that 16-year-olds do. And I've been accused about 495 times that sometimes I can lecture because I'm trying to fix a problem or I'm trying to tell them something. I'm trying to help them and teach. I'm just that kind of person by nature. Um, but it's not always received in the right way by teenagers. So maybe if I capture some of those thoughts and experiences that I've got rattling around up here and I can get it down into a basically a catalog, which is what YouTube is. I see this as an online journal for me to put all of my information in so they can go back to it, to refer to it, to grab it. And so even if they're not ready to hear it now, maybe they will be ready to hear it one day. Or they could go back to it several times and glean some more insight or information that maybe they only got part of it the first time we talked about it, or the first 19 times we talked about it. So I'm really trying to get through to them and give them a place to go and see me, hear me, get my opinion on things. I commute to and from work, uh, and it's about an hour. each way. So I do a lot of time driving. And that time spent driving, I'm usually thinking. I'm always thinking, thinking, thinking. I've been accused, I don't know how many times, about always thinking something and overthinking things. I feel like those thoughts are important though, and they've got merit, and maybe there's something there that I can throw out to the world and make an impact in somebody. So I think that would be a pretty cool thing, um, to make an impact beyond my kids and my wife. Um, I also have the same worry about when I leave, or if something were to happen to me, that not only my kids wouldn't be able to see me, hear me, have my insight, but also my wife. My wife's a very strong person and she can kind of handle things on her own for sure. Uh, but I think I do provide a deeper level stability to her. And I think to be able to see me and hear my voice and be reminded of so many things. And I don't know exactly what I'll talk about on here. I think it's going to be part motivational, part inspirational, part leadership, part everyday stuff. I'm a big time researcher by nature, so I like high quality, very functional things that make an impact. I don't like clutter and extra junk in my life that if I don't need it, don't use it. I get rid of it. Um, so because I research and think so deeply into so many things, I think there's value in that for others. So I'm gonna have some fun with this, and we'll see what happens. And I would greatly appreciate it if people could really try to help me along the way. And if I say something stupid or you don't agree with, let me know. If I say something you agree with and you can even layer on top of it, let me know. Um, because also my kids, my wife, my close friends, family, whoever that might see this, they can not just learn from me, but they can learn from all of you out there. So that's my story. I'm starting a YouTube channel, Jeff True Thinks. I am Jeff True. I think an awful lot. So that's where that came from. Thanks a lot. We'll see where it goes.